I'm Urson Religioso. I go by Dr. E online at Modern Manual Therapy on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I'm on Sleep Junkie's medical review board. In the past, I've taught at 3 different physical therapy programs locally in the Buffalo, New York area, and also taught in 3 different orthopedic manual therapy fellowship programs. Currently, I teach all over the US virtually and in live seminars. Modern Manual Therapy is my brand, along with the eclectic approach. And I treat mostly spinal patients, runners, athletic patients, or people in chronic pain at my clinic, Edge Rehab and Sport Science, in the Buffalo, New York area. And I often get asked questions by patients and online, what do you think the best mattress is for sleeping if you have hip pain? So I don't try to always change mattress first because there's a lot of things you can do with resets and active exercise and different strategies throughout the day that build up your tolerance to lying in a certain position at night. But if you try all those things and you've been through PT and rehab and you still have hip pain at night, then it might be time to consider getting a new mattress. So the number one option I would consider right now is the AmeriSleep AS3. It is made by an American company, and that's important to me because I'm a patriot, and I try to keep things, try to buy products that are made in the USA. So it's a memory foam mattress, but unlike your typical memory foam, it has a what they call a BioPure foam. It's plant-based, so it's all natural, no petroleum or anything that would smell. Another really cool thing I noticed is when I unbox the mattress, if you've ever taken any kind of memory foam pillow or especially mattress out of a box or out of a bag, they smell pretty bad for quite a while. I've only had this maybe a little less than a week at this point. It's enough for me to definitely know that I love this mattress, but probably due to the plant-based memory foam that they use, what they call BioPure, it had a minimal smell, maybe like a 2 or 3 out of 10 at the most, and it faded pretty quickly in an area, my sleep lab, that doesn't have the best ventilation in the world. So that's a big bonus to me. If there's nothing more disappointing than when you actually get a new mattress or a new pillow and you just can't wait to sleep on it and the thing actually smells for a pretty long period of time. So again, this does not have that. It minimal smell for a much shorter period of time, and I've tried a lot of different pillows and mattresses over the years. When I first unboxed it, which pro tip, you need help to carry this up to your bedroom potentially if you live on the second floor, and even if you live of a ranch, you still will need help to take this mattress out of the box. The one thing I want you to notice is that typical marketing for memory foam, they have the hand imprint and it stays for a bit. That's not the case with the AS3. The first layer of what they call BioPure is plant-based and it's really responsive, and that's important because you don't want to sink in too much. It won't support you as well as something that rebounds quite a bit faster. The next layer is what they call their targeted pressure relief system, and that's based on their signature Hive support system. It's a foam layer that supports your head, back, and legs, and the last layer is what they call their BioCore base layer. So the entire thing is made out of foam in several layers, and it's going to support you where you need it the most. So it's rated at about a 5 or 6 in terms of firmness. So it's about halfway. If you like a firmer mattress, this might not be the best option for you. But if you have hip pain, what's important is that you have support for anything that is normally unsupported, or you relieve pressure where you have too much pressure. So if you are lying on your side, the medium support of this mattress just makes your hip kind of sink right in, and my spine can still maintain neutral. Okay, and that's very important because a lot of hip pain could also be referred from the spine. And if your hips are sagging too much one way or the other, that could possibly sensitize the hips and lead to pain. Another pro tip is if you have hip pain, to get a good supportive pillow and use it between your thighs and not necessarily your knees, because the rule is that anything that's unsupported should be supported. And if you just have it between your knees and there's a little hole here, then it's not quite as supportive as if you bring it all the way up to your groin. Okay. A couple other important features of the AS3 is that if you're a green shopper and you're looking for more of an eco-friendly option, again, the foam is plant-based, so it's right up your alley. And it also has a type of cooling technology that if you are, uncomfortable and you get poor sleep at night, if you get poor sleep at night, that also sensitizes your system and it tends to delay recovery from injuries. It could also promote inflammation. So if you're a hot sleeper, this mattress will help keep you cool so you can recover better. All right, sleep better means recover better. And one of the last and most important things that I noticed when my wife and I were just trialing the mattress, we call this the partner tests. Okay, so if I put my iPad here, which I love, and I would not want it to fall off the bed and get damaged, when I roll around, you can see that the way that their BioPure foam is manufactured is that it has all these little kind of cells in it. All right, and there's hundreds of cells throughout the mattress, and that helps absorb force so that you can really see that my iPad isn't moving. So again, your sleep will be better when your partner rolls around because you won't feel them roll around as much. So the mattress itself is about 12 inches and it has a 100-day trial period, which is amazing. And it has a 20-year warranty, which I think makes it one of the most affordable, best deals out there today. So I highly recommend the Sleep AS3. The next brand I'm recommending is from Zoma. Zoma is a company that was founded in 2019 and it's based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. They have three mattresses, an all foam model, the Zoma Hybrid, which is what I'm talking about, and the Zoma Start. Price ranges from $500 to $1,200 depending on which model you choose and what size of bed. And they have, most importantly, free shipping on all their models. Also, they offer a 100-day trial and a 10-year warranty. All of that's really important to consider anytime you're choosing a mattress, especially one you're purchasing online. So the Zoma is mostly marketed toward athletes, but athletes and your average non-athlete have a couple things in common. They both need support, and they both may have pressure points or tender points that need the support of a mattress like this. So since it's geared toward athletes, it keeps you cool, and temperature control is very important for quality sleep. And again, quality sleep means better recovery. Better recovery means less inflammation, less tenderness, and overall nervous system sensitivity. Okay, so you're going to recover better if you sleep better. Similar to the AS3, it's pretty thick and supportive, but it's 1 inch less thick than the AS3. And that might be important depending on the sheets you're using. So this one's at 11 inches thickness, and it has several layers of support. Okay, so the first layer is called Triangulex, and similar to the AS3, but not in hexagons, it has hundreds of little triangular cutouts made of 2 inches of memory foam. So you can see very similar to the AS3, it reacts and rebounds very quickly. So the first 2 inches are gel memory foam, incorporating their Triangulex technology. That's those hundreds of little triangle cutouts that kind of absorb and help relieve pressure points. Underneath that is another 2 inch layer of reactive foam, and that's to limit sinkage and prevent spinal misalignment. The next layer is 7 inches of pocketed coils, and they encase every coil in a fabric pocket to reduce motion and prevent coils from becoming noisy. And at the last layer is a 1 inch thick foam base. Whether you're lying on your side sleeper or back sleeper, if you're a stomach sleeper, I just definitely don't recommend that unless you have a face hole, which is what I always tell my patients. It's very supportive, and let's try the iPad or the partner test, okay? So you can see But again, if I'm rolling back and forth, or even kind of like if I'm bouncing, the iPad moves just a very little bit, and I think it's not quite as absorptive as the AS3, but again, you can't go wrong with either one, and this one is a bit more budget friendly than the AS3, which is the kind of top of the line on the mattresses that I'm currently recommending. Last and certainly not least is the budget, but by no means budget quality mattress on our list, the Via. Via is a company launched in 2020, and it's also based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. All their mattresses, like Sleep and Zoma, are made in the US. And like them, also has a great warranty and a trial period. Their warranty is 10 years, and they have a 100-day trial period. So unlike the other two, the AS3 and the Zoma, there's no memory foam here, but no memory foam might be desirable for some people. Some people may find that memory foam, while supportive and comfortable for most, just doesn't suit them. The Via Hybrid is 14 inches thick, so quite a bit thicker than the other two mattresses. It does still have high quality foam. All right, so there is first a pressure relieving comfort layer. There's also another layer of responsive support and covered coils. The coils are covered basically to prevent any kind of unnecessary noise. So, um, rolling around and other kind of actions on the bed, not going to be very loud. There's also a cooling cover. And again, like we've talked about before with the other mattresses, if you're able to keep cool, then you get better sleep. The next layer is another base layer of foam, which that just basically supports the coils and the initial foam up at the top. In terms of thickness, and this one feels definitely a bit firmer than the AS3 and the Zoma. So probably because it doesn't have that initial layer of memory foam, it's rated about a 6 in terms of firmness. So a little bit above medium, so medium plus firmness, and definitely in trying out the all three mattresses for several days, this is definitely the firmest. So if you prefer a firm mattress, it's definitely on the firmer side compared to the other two on the list. Again, more affordable with price range listed earlier in the video. So if, again, let's try the test where I move around. And you can see that this is actually moving the iPad just a bit more than the other two. And again, I think it's mostly because there's not memory foam up top, but don't let that fool you. Again, some people find memory foam uh, to be a bit too soft. So even though the other ones are rated in medium firmness, this mattress is definitely, of all three that are made in USA, the one that is on the firmer side. I still recommend it for people who have hip pain, because a lot of hip pain could potentially be due to excessive pressure on your hips when you're lying on your side, or it could be spinal misalignment. So if you have a spinal issue, it could definitely refer to the hip. And if you're lying on your side, it should still be supportive enough so that you maintain that desired spinal neutral. So you can't really go wrong with all three of these mattresses. If I had to choose, again, from a budget standpoint, I would choose the Via. If you're an athlete and you really need to stay cool and you have hip pain when you're sleeping at night, or if you just um, you know want a mid-range mattress but still very high quality, you're going to go with the Zoma. And lastly, you want the top of the line, the Lexus of all three of the ones on this list, I would choose the AS3. So the biggest difference is I would say the AS3 has a 20-year warranty. The other two have a 10-year warranty.